BC wanted to play with us.
What's good? What's good in the YouTube world?
What's good? What's good?
Crazy monkey. Whose gummies are these?
Samantha's. Mine are in the desk.
Damien's the only one that finished this?
This came with a little one.
No, there was a lot in there.
He said he came with a little.
He just ate them fast. What's cracking like it? What's good in the YouTube world? Oh, damn. Oh, no, I do have it up. I was about to say. No. Oh. Wait, how do I make this go away?
Click on both.
Oh, no. What did I do?
Click on.
Oh. You see, I pressed that the first time, it didn't do nothing. Okay, at least I got out of that. You seen all that thing that popped out? Like, what the hell?
You should have clicked on top.
No, because that will end the live. That would actually end the live. What's good, YouTube world? I'm just messing with the settings right here. Really not knowing what I'm doing, to be honest with you guys. What's cracking like it? What's everybody up to in this world? In the world of YouTube? On a Friday night. On a Friday night. Wait, is it Friday? Yeah, it is Friday. No, Saturday night. No, it's Friday. It's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got shit to do.
Tuesday.
He got fired on his day off for stealing boxes. Trying to build a clubhouse. And then his dad right there eating eating all the pig feet. All the collard greens. Friday's one of the best movies of all time, too. Actually, like that one. Actually, Friday's got a lot more of the street life down than most Chicano movies. That's the sad part about it. About what actually really does happen in the ghettos. Than Blood in, Blood out or American. Best thing I had in 8 years, Vato Loco. Like, bro, Cinco Puntos ain't even dropping tamales like that, bro. They ain't even that good. They're all greasy. I don't know if you guys ever been to Cinco Puntos, but they do not have tamales all that great either. The ones in Indiana are actually better than the ones in Cinco Puntos. So I don't know what Miklo was talking about. Apple was hyping them tamales too much. See, the burrito's different from the burrito they were eating from Tapayak. See, now that's good. What are you doing, you monkey? You're gonna fall. Don't mind my son. But if you guys don't know, that burrito was from El Tapayak, the burrito that Apple was eating. When he shows up and he's like, I got a special delivery right here.
Last time I ate a burrito avocado, that made me throw up.
That's the one I'm talking about. That's the good one.
No, that's not good, Dad.
Yes, it is.
No. If it has no avocado, then...
Chilling. What's good with you? What's cracking lacking? That burrito's good. It's one of the best burritos.
The burrito made me sit on the toilet, too.
No, that's why when food is good, it makes you have diarrhea.
And also makes you throw up.
Talk about the underground base. Underground bases. Give it a shadow. What's good with you, my boy? What underground bases? Are you trying to maybe go down the rabbit hole? We ain't trying to go down them holes no more. You know I get lured into them. I be getting wrapped up in all of that.
Oh, whoever just drove by didn't have a red light.
Actually, but those are the conversations that I like. I like diving into all of that nostalgia.
They have a green light now, Dad.
What?
They have a green light. The people that are going in the streets have a green light.
You're gonna fall, boy. Get down off the camera.
Then the people on the right side of the store have a red light. So also means the people on the left side also have a red light.
What's good with everybody though? What's everybody up to? We're not trying to go down no rabbit holes. I be getting pulled into those, man. I get passionate about certain subjects. That's like, or when people try to critique or to say that we should be some way when they themselves are displaying the opposite of that, but they can't see what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like you can't spill hatred somewhere and then we're positive people.
Since I'm not watching YouTube, do you know what the charging is for this?
See what I mean?
You know the chargers for these?
It's the same one as the orange one that's on the PS4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. There's people that say all kinds of crazy stuff, my boy. I be already knowing, man, that there's people that makes you wonder, huh? But it does intrigue me because I actually do like getting to the like what makes this individual actually think that way, or why does he think that way, or why does he see it that way? You feel me? That's actually the interesting part about it. That why do they see it that way?
It's going red on this side.
No, it's only supposed to be red on that side.
Oh.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, I don't see nothing red.
Yeah, there's red in there.
There was. I don't see it right now.
It's like blinking.
Okay, hold on.
Blinking. Bluetooth connection activated.
Okay, there. There's charging now. Did you see the what is that? Follow or maybe should yeah, see, okay. When it comes to first let me clear up something. Do I believe in extraterrestrials? Yes, I do. I do believe in aliens. I do believe in aliens because I refuse to believe in our cosmos, right? In the whole entire galaxy. I refuse to believe that we're the only living species, or this is the only planet out of the billions of planets that could produce life. I do believe in it. I do believe in the possibility of there being extraterrestrials. That is 100. I do believe in that. Now, do I believe that they've been coming here and kidnapping people and all this and that? No. You know what I mean? Do I believe that they're out there? Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying like living people like with like arms and legs and stuff like that, but at least some form of bacteria or animal species or something of that nature. Because in Earth is one of the newest planets in our solar system, right? And if us as humanity have already been able to produce, the technology to send, drones to Mars and stuff like that, and we're one of the newest planets, right? So imagine where our technology is going to be 1 billion years from now. You get what I'm saying? So, and if these planets are 1 billion years older than ours, then who's to say that they haven't already, created this type of, technology and stuff like that, obviously, because if we have already been able to get from so-and-so to where we're at, then who's to say that they don't have that, But to say that they've been coming and kidnapping and trying to control our governments, and see, that's a whole different story. That's already, you've been watching too many movies, because that's where these people get these ideas from. They get them from movies. Because people have never met aliens, so who's to say if they were to come right here that they would kidnap us or want to enslave us or kill us and stuff? Who's to say that they don't come in peace or just want to, as much as they could be evil, as much as they could be good? You don't know. You never met an alien, so there's a possibility, right? Everything is 50-50. But of course, humanity is always going to think of the negative first, you know what I mean? Because that's the way we are. We're always negative. And then not only that, but that's the reason why we'll want to attack first, right? Because why wait for them to attack us first, Humanity is always the one that starts all the issues, you know what I mean? We're the ones that start all the problems because of individuals that think like that. Like, no, we got to get them before they get us. What the hell? Like, why would they be evil? Like, who's to say they can't be good? Like, have you ever met one? So I do believe in all of that. But I mean, like, when I say stuff like that, I don't believe like the stories that people like kidnapping and all that shit. That's what I don't believe. What's your favorite West Coast rap CD of all time? Like, the best West Coast CD of all time, I'm gonna have to say is the West Side Connection. The second one, I would have to say, is probably my favorite of all time album. The West Side Connection. The second album is probably the best one in albums. And then the next CD I probably would say that's runner up is The Wash. The Wash album by Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, based off of that movie, The Wash. I don't know if you guys know about the movie The Wash. It was a movie that Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg came out in. But they made a CD, for that movie. And that album is one of the best album, and it has actually some of the best work that Dr. Dre has ever done when it comes to beats and stuff and producing and stuff like that. That album was fuego, my boy, fuego. Yeah, but I like those two. I would probably have to say. I think American folklore like in Mexico folklore like yo no. Yeah, I agree. I agree that I have to say that the reason why people believe in all of this stuff is kind of like this. Going based off of human behavior, that's what we're going to use as our evidence, right? Human behavior. And if there's one thing that we know about humans is that we over exaggerate about things. You know what I mean? A guy's got in a fight at a bar with three guys, you know, say he got down with like seven guys. You know what I mean? If a vato said that he ate like about seven tacos when in reality it was only maybe like five. You know what I mean? So they over exaggerate on stuff, right? So now, if we go back to ancient times before we had the technology and the knowledge on some of these illnesses or behaviors and stuff like that, right? Like schizophrenia, right? Like let's take schizophrenia for example. We see people, when we're driving, we see them talking to themselves and going all crazy and their voice is changing and everything like that. So all these illnesses have always existed, right? These are not new illnesses. They have always been around. So imagine back then, before we knew what schizophrenia and all those, brain disorders were, because we don't have the technology for that. Imagine people seeing this shit, right? They're gonna think that they're possessed, right? So that's why I feel like possession and all that came into the story. And now stories of like creatures and stuff like that, right? So we're living on this side of the continent and we're not used to seeing certain animals, right? So then if we're not ever used to seeing a bear, we never seen a bear before, right? So then we're, in the forest and we see a bear, dog. We're gonna say that motherfucker was like 30 feet high and had like jagged teeth and spilled blood. They over exaggerate on, like they always do. And then if there's one thing that we know is that when you tell somebody a story and then that person tells it to the next person, and that person tells it to the next person, it starts changing as it goes. So these stories have always been around from time. So imagine the story getting passed on and is getting over exaggerated and over exaggerated and over exaggerated. And since these stories have been around for so long, it almost makes it like it's facts, my boy. Like if it's real, true events. You know what I mean? Because they're old school and, they been already passed down from generation to generation. That is going to seem like potentially they could be true. That's my overall view and opinion on that, because humanity tends to do that, and we're just looking at human behavior as we're going based off of human behavior as our evidence, right? Because it's one of the things we could rely on. Is how FBI and uses to track down serial killers, right? They use the M.O.s already of behavior similar, to track down these individuals, and it works when they profile them. It works all the time. When they end up getting them, it almost matches to the dot. You know what I mean? Because going based off of the behaviors, you could somewhat already kind of get the idea of what's going on. Man, why are you making me go down this rabbit hole? Boxers or butt huggers? I would say boxers, but my hand prefers me butt huggers. But I don't use butt huggers. So I need some space, my boy. I need space. I need shoes. No, sir. Was killed in 1996. His story is old. There's a lot of crazy stories out there. Thank you very much. I read and seen like all kinds of crazy shit that people, the stories that some people tell. It's ridiculous. Behold, this book talks about. Yeah, I read a lot of those books. Do you believe in magic? Of course, I believe in magic. Everyone should believe in magic. Well, magic is real. Not as in real, but like there's people that do magic. If that's what you mean. I haven't read that one. I'm not gonna lie. Bill Cooper, really? Huh? Are you sure it's by Bill Cooper?
Bro, who does that?
Well, how old is that book? Because I do read some of Bill Cooper's books. I never heard of that one. Aliens must have built the pyramid. That's the facts that pyramids are different. No, people have to give more credit to humanity. You know what I mean? You'll be surprised what humans can do. You know what I'm saying? We didn't need the. See, the thing is that nowadays humanity, because we have lost so much of our fundamentals, is not even funny. Due to the technological society that we live in. There's a lot of stuff that people could do without this technology. You know what I mean? Humanity, there's one thing we could say this, and I could tell you this because it occurs in prison all the time. Is that humans are very creative when they have the time, right, and they are put in certain scenarios and situations. My boy, they're able to make a lot of things out of nothing. That I could tell you 100. They could make a whole lot of something out of a whole lot of nothing. Humanity has always been like that. You know what I'm saying? So the pyramids of like Giza and all that, this is not like something that's like impossible. You know what I mean? That cannot achieve. Maybe now because we live in the technological world that we can't even wrap our minds around that. You can't even fathom of how these individuals were able to even do these kind of things. When you'll be surprised what humans can do. We can do a lot. You know what I mean? People have to give more credit to humanity. You know what I'm saying? We're I don't mean to toot our own horns, but we're the shit, my boy. That's one of the things that society has always done. Society has always want to discredit other individuals for stuff that we can't understand, right? It's never you, right? It's never humanity. It can never just be a human. It can never just be you, right? If something is happening, it always has to be God, or it always has to be the devil, or it always has to be because of the weather. But it can never be because of humans, right? Because it can never be because we have it in us. It's never us, right? If something ever occurs, it's up, even like, oh, I like to thank God. Like, why couldn't that just be all you? But it's almost like, we don't want to give ourselves that. It's almost like they brainwash us into thinking that we're not able to do these abilities ourselves, right? To know our potential. Almost like they don't want you to know your potential. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't follow this, then the Lord, He won't bless you and stuff like that, and you'll fail. So therefore, instead of realizing your potential, you know what I mean? Because then you'll have no one to chain you down. And therefore, you don't need an establishment. And if you don't need an establishment, then these people are fucked. You get what I'm saying? Of course, people want to keep people in control. You know what I'm saying? That's not a conspiracy. You know what I mean? Those are the greedy. You know what I'm saying? These are some incidents that show UFOs.
Me and Damon were playing the water guns thing.
Yeah, see, I believe that there's probably like stuff out there, like proof and all that. You know what I mean? Though the sad part is that it gets lost in all the madness and stupidity that people want to put out there. You know what I mean? See, people laugh at this. They laugh like when I say that I believe in aliens, like, but they believe in ghosts, right? When it shows there's more of a possibility that extraterrestrials exist than a fucking ghost. You know what I'm saying? I had a sneeze. There's more of a chance that aliens exist than ghosts, my boy. Statistically wise. So it's like you're choosing to laugh because I believe in aliens, but yet you believe in ghosts, so and a magic book. So I mean, we should really be clowning who now? Homie, you're a fool. Homie, you're full of shit. I say, gracias, my boy. I appreciate it. What's going on, bro? Hey, how many people do you predict that have been from your hood since it was created? No, I know because we have took and roll. There's been about 322 because we have took and roll. So it's not how many do I think is that I know for a fact. They disappear. I will one day, my boy. Don't worry, I'm human, so I'm gonna eventually have to die. Just be patient. just gotta be patient. What about what? Oh, what's good, Pedro? It's been a minute, homie. What's good with you, Duende? What's cracking like in Robert? I showed your message, so keep it respectful, or else I say whack. That's right, 626. Homie, pull the trigger. You smoke signal from you smoke. 209 up in the building, stocked in. Woo woo. What are your thoughts on SPM? Have you ever seen the paperwork? Yeah, I seen the paperwork, and that was a chomo. Look, I have talked to SPM, and he said, Cosby said him. Look, here's one thing that people have to understand about SPM when I gave my spill on him. I'm a fan. I was a fan of SPM. I had his CDs. I was a big fan of SPM. His shit was, to me, was chingon. He fucking had talent. He was sick, homie, when it came to rapping. You know what I mean? So it's not that I'm hating on the individual. Vatos from Cali always hate on Vatos from Texas. Nah. We were fans, homie. We were fans. We were down here. He would get bumped a lot, homie. You know what I mean? People were fans. The thing is that paperwork does not lie, my boy. People were, the hyena tricked him, set him up. If people have read the paperwork, my boy, he was picking her up from the school. Even if she lied about her age and everything. My boy, she has a backpack, because it shows right there. Evidence and everything. They had a backpack getting picked up from the school. I mean, come on. Put two and two together. But, anywho, we'll throw that one out. He got arrested for touching a 9-year-old, right? And people said, well, the kid lied. Grab a 9-year-old, a sibling, right? And tell them a lie, and then have police interrogate that 9-year-old and see if they're able to keep that lie going. Use your kids. Use a sibling. Let's see if they'll be able to keep the lie going while police are interrogating. You think that they'll be able to keep that lie? A 9-year-old. You think that they'll be able to keep that lie going, even if their parents told them? Come on now. Use common sense. Not only that, there was 13 other children. And yeah, let's say that some of them were just wanting his money and stuff like that. Okay. But all 13? And now knowing that he has a 13-year-old that he got pregnant. You get what I'm saying? I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. Now, here's the defense that people use. Is that the Huda wanted to bring him down. They were, look, SPM was, he had juice. He was blowing up and everything. My boy, he was no Tupac, dog. He was not that known for the Huda to want to pay off judges and lawyers and all these people to bring down SPM. Who is SPM? That all this money has to be because you got to be bribing people and shit like that. You're wasting all this money to bring down SPM? Who is he? I get it. Homie had Hugo. He didn't have Hugo like that, dog. Relax. He was no Tupac, no Biggie, no none of that, dog. I mean, the Vato was good. He wasn't where these fools are going to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no old Chapo. You know what I'm saying? So let's you know what I mean? Let's hold ourselves back now before we want to start putting all this conspiracy out there. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have pool like that. And if you go now and you hear his raps and hear what he puts on his raps now, it all makes sense, right? Like the line where he says that my future wife hasn't even been born yet. That already lets you know the mental of this individual and his own bars that he's telling you. Because he doesn't see nothing wrong with what he does. Because he's one of those people that believes if the person wants to be with you, right? If they want to be with you and sleep with you, then it's okay, even if they are 13-year-old. That's how he sees it, because there's pedophiles that see it that way. They feel like, well, shit, she wanted to be with me. She knew my age. She still wanted to be with me and sleep with me. And they see that there's nothing wrong with that. You can try to defend them all you want. It is what it is. Let's not act like stuff like that doesn't occur in Mexico, where the Vato's 20 years old and the Jaina's 14. You get what I'm saying? It's not normal. It's not right. It's sickening. But there's cultures all over the world that see it's okay like that. Males have always been able to manipulate to get away with their sick ways. You know what I mean? This is nothing new. Yeah, like people knew. It can't happen to SPM. Why? Because it's SPM. It could happen to anybody, bro. These people are not immune to the illnesses. You know what I mean? Like, why can't it happen to him? Because he's a celebrity? See, why people don't want to believe it to be so is because they want to be able to relate to SPM, right? Somebody that made it out of the ghetto, someone that could make it out of the struggle, and so they want to be able to see that it's possible. Because now we burst this dream, then it ruins their dream. You get what I'm saying? That's how I see it. Hold on.
It's all the good fault of doing it and never switch to it.
Hopefully it'll stay up. That shit better not fall again, because I'm not gonna hang that shit anymore. If it falls one more time, that's it. I'm just leaving it on the ground. Anywho, Dub Stater was good with you, my boy. His last words to me were, "Put it." Evil is within. Evil is within. But the pyramids were built in a different continent before they could travel across the ocean. No. That wasn't. There was no. There was already. There was already ancient civilizations there. Paleontologists have already, found remains of several. You know what I mean? That actually is gonna, that has them looking at all of this completely different. Because it shows that people were already in these places way before than what they thought. Look it up. This is really brand new stuff. You know what I mean? I think you'll find it interesting because I did. Let me, flabbergasted. Easter Island pyramid. Some of them are just like being controlled by a gang. Yes, real talk. Exactly like that, my boy. Whether we all choose to not admit it or not, we have all been manipulated one way or another throughout our life. You know what I mean? To want to bash individuals for certain decisions they make when we have all fell under those, we have all fell under that, whether religion, whether race, we have all been duped into, some form of brainwash. But anything is possible. Yes, anything is possible. Jasper Local Eastside Bowling Park is definitely up in the building. What's good, my boy? What's cracking? Tapping in. That's right. Hustle through the struggle. Dad, pay attention to us. Oh, my kids, I always pay attention to my kids. That's why whenever they come and ask me stuff, I never tell them to hold on or wait or go over there. Hey, I don't know if you guys have noticed. Shit, we were wrestling before I went on the live. Get my ass whooped. Quick question. Can you be from a hood and still get into a crew? Why would anybody do that? I don't understand. What if Shadow props are keeping the channel going? M.O.D. Hey, gracias, my boy. Appreciate it. The Spanish burned most of the history of natives. No, but here's one thing that I'm going to say, though. People talk about unity and peace, right? And about what certain, countries did to other countries, right? Whether it's Native Americans, whether it's the Spaniards, Europeans, and stuff like that, right? What blows my mind is that people can't see that they're pushing almost the same agenda and rhetoric that the other group is pushing, right? These people did this to us. Don't fall into they're bad people, or it's because of them and everything. It's not because of all of Europe that this happened to the natives and stuff like that. It's not all of Europe. It's just a few individuals. Okay? You can't blame all of Europe. You can't blame this on all of them. You can only blame it on these wicked individuals, their actions. You get what I'm saying? Not everyone. You can't blame everyone for a few people's bad mistakes. It's almost like when they say that when Donald Trump said that they're all rapists and drug dealers and all that, just for a few Mexicans that make stupid decisions throughout their lives. You can't brand all of them like that. Same with these people. You can't brand them all like that just because a few idiots and what they did. You know what I mean? They push the same hatred and rhetoric, but towards the other side, right? Now towards the whites. The whites are not the problem here, my boy. They are not the villains. It was the greedy individuals. Not all the whites. White is not the villain here. White's not the villain. Black's not the villain. Brown. None of that is the villain. It was these greedy individuals. These greedy individuals. Not the whole entire race. You get what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that people get confused, that they want to put the hatred somewhere else now. Yeah. Instead of all the hatred coming towards Latinos now, let's let it go to all whites. No, if you're still pushing hate or hatred towards one group, how you pushing peace and unity and everything like that? Before you're native, before you're European, before you're Spanish, before you're any of that shit, you are a human. You are a human being before you're any of these things. Right? And these lands don't belong to nobody. They belong to everybody. You know what I mean? When you were born, God didn't give you this land. This land is for everyone to be able to coexist amongst each other with no problems, like animals do in the jungle and forest. To say that this is yours or that's yours, just like who says? You get what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. You should be able to live amongst everyone, you know, with there being no problem, because nobody's better than no other person. You know, there's no race that's better than the other race. We're all humans, my boy. End of story. You know, because that's what they want, to still be dividing. Yeah, preach to your raza how it's the whites that are at fault here. Preach to them how it's the Europeans who are really the villains and create more problems. Right? Because you're going to unite your raza just to clash with another group? So just for there to still be violence and wars? And to think that you're uniting for what, a greater cause, when you're still going to lose lives of your people because you're clashing with another group? And to think that you don't see nothing wrong with that, or you can't even see that, is ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous how people think. You're going to unite your people just to go and clash with another group. How's that peace? Then you become no better than these individuals that have been pushing the same rhetoric themselves. Oh, well, no, well, they did it to us first. Oh, so it's okay. Because someone's been mean to you, it's okay to be mean to them back. Instead of, why stoop to their level? Why not lead by example? But no. And then still, they don't see nothing wrong with that. It's ridiculous. What up with Russell Wilson to the Broncos? Oh, well, it's better than what we had. I'll tell you that much. So it's an upgrade. I mean, I wouldn't put all my money on him, but I mean, better than what we had. What up, bro? Chilling. We chilling too, my boy. So what's been going on? All right, here we've been chilling, my boy. How you been, homie? How's everything with you? How's everything going?
For like 30 minutes, and then we drank 12.
That's what I said. Paperwork doesn't lie. Yeah, it doesn't lie, my boy. You know what I mean? But people, I'm telling you, just because they want to relate to this individual, they don't want it to believe it's so. You know what I mean? Just like Michael Jackson fans and Bill Cosby fans and R. Kelly fans. It happens, my boy. If we did ever claim FIU, I don't know, my boy. I don't even know who that is. I've heard of the story or whatever. But I don't know, like, the whole background behind it. I don't even know, I didn't even know who that individual was until, somebody had told me about that. That's the only way I know about it. SPM was a beast till yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. He was legitly chingon when it came to rap before this hit. Some of his songs were on my top of the top, when it comes to Hispanic music, you know what I mean? But like I said, it was because that's some sick shit, homie. You're destroying a bunch of lives out here for your self-benefit, and you don't see nothing wrong with that, homie. That's crazy. I live in BG and ain't no such thing as 6 block. Only active gangs. You see, it's more. 6 block. Only active gang you see is Maywood? I see a lot of active gangs in this area. He has no. He's no El Chapo. We know El Chapo. Good question. Can you be from the hood and still? I never heard of that. Can you explain? I don't know who that. Like I'm telling you, I only heard of what a person had told me. I have to look into who he is and his background and all of that. I only heard of what somebody left on a comment too, and I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm telling you, I'm not too hip with the gossip. I really don't follow gossip at all. Like it doesn't interest me now one bit at all. It doesn't. I don't know why. It never has. What you sipping on? Oh my boy, we can never go wrong. Cobra. You know, it's always a Cobra, my boy. The cheapest, whatever we can get, the most for the least of our book. Yeah, I know someone that was from a hood and was in a crew pretty much on the ran shit. Seriously? First time me hearing about it. What up, homie? Belltown Chandler Street is definitely up in the house. Whoa, whoa. Shout out to all the homies in Chandler's. Want to get down out of that Belltown. Supposed to make the crew a clique, but I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, like that I could see it. Yeah, if him and his homies from his neighborhood have some arrangement going, then yeah. Like that, yeah. I have heard of that before. You know, it's an easier way to get people into your hood. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Yeah, but if there's an understanding amongst you, I thought you meant like you know, on the down low and stuff like that. Then it's like, what? No. But if it's hood, is aware of it, yeah.
No. Why did you have kills me going?
What's good, carnal? What's good, Hormiga? Who said the Jews? The Jews are the real villains. No, man. That in itself blows my mind. You don't ask your hood and you keep it on the low. If you get into a crew, if you and put in work, and sure some hoods will be okay with that. Yeah, if there's already an understanding amongst your neighborhood, then yeah, you know what I mean?
What is happening?
But there has to be an understanding into your hood, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just be making decisions on your own. Straight out of Richmond, whoa, whoa, saludos, Shadow. What's good, Sinaloa? Hey, Belltown, Chandler Street, maybe you can explain, because this Leva scared of Playboys. He won't say anything.
Dude.
He's scared of Playboys? Who's scared of Playboys? He's from Playboys?
Dude, I was on a kill street. Look, I might be on here, no cap.
It seems like a lot of people don't like this person. Seems like there's a lot of animosity there. I wonder what he has done. Sometimes I wonder where this hatred to some individuals comes from. You know what I mean? Like, why do you hate that individual so much? Just manifests out of nothing. It's like they have never met these individuals, but they hold out kinds of animosity. For what reason? I have no idea. 9 times out of 10, even they don't know. Capital power is the problem. It just happens that ruling classes come out. Yeah, I agree. The rich will always take care of the rich. It just happens that most of the rich is white. But if they were to be black and Mexican, they will fall under that umbrella. You know what I mean? They wouldn't care about the poor. Now they no longer become white, brown, black, whatever. They become green. And green's always going to take care of green. It just so happens that a majority of them are Caucasian.
Wait, what charger are you using?
You can use this orange one.
It doesn't say on.
Oh, you can use this black one. Here. Yours too? You need to be charged too?
It's at 31.
Bro, that's enough juice.
Well, I'm putting an all-nighter.
You're putting an all-nighter. The hell you are. A P-Dog sounds good right about I was that a P-Dog? A Coco? Yeah, you messing with that toxic stuff. but the whites still benefit from what they did to our people. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But pushing the hatred towards them, how is that gonna fix any problem? It's not. And all the you can't blame that on all these white people. What did they have to do with it? You know, these people had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? You can't blame the son for the father's crime. You know, like where does it work like that? You can only blame on an individual for what they do. You know, not for the sins of their ancestors. Doesn't make any sense. Humans are strictly sucker to be Illuminati couldn't even last a few years. That's how dysfunctional humans are. They couldn't even make that last. They literally couldn't make it last. That shit fell apart faster than what it started. Raider Nation for live. What do you think about all the fear going on around lately? Yeah, these fear tactics. The government loves to use them. They've been doing it for centuries already, my boy. What we're experiencing now is nothing new, my boy. It's just a different way of using the fear tactic, but that's always been their number one go-to card. They love using that shit. Never gets old for them. Why it never gets old? Because we keep falling for it. And you know what they say, if it ain't broken, we already know the rest. What are you doing for Easter? Probably working, my boy, to be honest with you. But if not, I would like to go to the Santa Fe Dam. That's my shit. And, have the morros look for those fucking huevos and all that shit. What does Easter and all that have to do? The reincarnation of Jesus Christ have to do with the bunny and eggs and all that? America. Morros have fun, so it's okay. Why not? Why ruin their childhood? For our politics. In fact, you're right on that, G. También for them to know who runs and whose land this is. I'm only saying that for the people that's against from other race. Yeah, the thing that everyone needs to see is that we're all the same. Whether white, French, Russian, Mexican, we're all humans before anything else. You know what I mean? And these lands don't belong to neither countries and all. They belong to everybody. You get what I'm saying? The thing is that nobody's willing to be the bigger person, though, right? No one's willing to say that because they have so much pride in their culture and where they're from, right? That they don't want to be able to. Nobody wants to be the bigger person first. You get what I'm saying? It's what always happens. You know what I mean? Like, now I'm gonna say sorry. He has to say sorry first. No, I'm not gonna say sorry. He has to say sorry first. Instead of one of them just, growing up and doing it, because nobody's hands are clean in the madness. You know what I mean? All these lands and cultures and all that have been built on the blood of their own, whether Native, Mexican, Central American, European, on the blood of their own. So nobody's hands are clean, bro. And all to say that you have the right to own this piece of land that's going to still be here once you die, once we all die. You know what I mean? And to say that this land is yours, who gave it to you? Who gave it to you guys? Show me where and how did they give it to you? You know what I'm saying? The greedy took over a long time ago everywhere because everybody started claiming this that's theirs when it doesn't exist. Those lines don't exist. But you see how greed, corrupts all over the place. Universal, you know what I mean? It affects everybody, whether you're, Hispanic, Latino, Asian, whatever, it affects everybody. There's greedy people in every single race out there, homie, that want everything for themselves and are not willing to share. You know what I mean? Those are greedy, wicked individuals. What's bro? How many Asian hoods are in the Vaya? In the Vaya Asian hoods, there's like about 9 of them. Like 7, 8 around there. Asian Boys, Jeff Rocks, Carrie Burgers, Pino Locos. Like 6 or 7. Like 6 or 7 of them. You know what I mean? So like about 6 or 7 Asian neighborhoods in the San Fernando Valley. And with the business, my boy, I'm telling you. We used to go at it with some of them, so I know. They would handle their business, you know. People would be like, what is Asian about shit? Like, shit the fuck they're not. Fuck. Yeah, stop watching TV, bro. Them motherfuckers should be crazy. Can let's get a shout out. West Side D-Way Boys? Where's that at? Shit, my bad. The way I wrote it, fucked up and faded. Bet on facts, my boy. Yeah, because we're humans before we're anything else, you know. Is a LA rap? He's an LA rapper. Yavato's a rapper. Then he's Raza. He must be new though. He must be new, huh? How new is he? Is he new? He's got to be new. Because I never heard of that. He must be new. Some individual themselves as something they aren't. Yes, a lot of people do that, my boy. A lot of people present themselves as something they're not. It's a manipulation game. What's good, Barrio Rivera Viejo in the house? Whoa, shout out to Rivera. Rivera Viejo is definitely up in the building. Homie, is there gay barrios out there? Barrios? No. I heard that there's like some gay boy gangsters like in the penitentiary, but as in gay barrios, no. Or not that I know of. I wouldn't see how that would be able to work. How did you pick your kid's name? A book. You know how the women like to do it. You know we don't have no say so right here, my boy. We just live here. Las viejas controlan todo eso. My boy, we're just a donor. That's it. They'll be like, nah, you can't name you and your stupid ass names. F-13 is a game. No, man. That was. The aliens made us. Now they just watch us like experiments and that's a possibility. That's a possibility. Yeah, that's a possibility. I can't knock that that theory. You know, that's plausible. That's plausible. Doesn't necessarily mean in a bad way though. You get what I'm saying? But it's plausible. I mean, we do it with rodents. You know what I mean? We built little civilization for mice and then just watch it how it all turns out. There's some trippy documentaries on that you guys should scope out that you'll find like it'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind what these individuals what kind of research they really do and conduct, for societies. And those are not conspiracy. That's one of the scary things about psychology and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That people will use this data, for their greedy ways, to manipulate people in order for them to get what they want. You know what I mean? And that's a scary part about giving this data to governments. You know what I mean? That governments could potentially use this data in order to, to manipulate, its citizens. You know what I mean? And that's 100. You know what I mean? Because temptation is a bitch, homie. You know what I mean? Where you could, steer things in your favor. You know what I mean? Most people always will bite. You know what I mean? Because, humanity, tends to give into temptation like that. You know what I mean? Only to care about how I'm living and fuck how everyone else gets it. You know what I mean? As long as I'm getting mine. As long as there's food on my table, I don't give a fuck if the world starves. That's pretty much how most society sees it, and it's sickening. Mexicans that are born American are the best. There's no such thing as best anything, but we are the same. If you need food and water, my boy, to survive, then I'm sorry to say this, you are no better than the next man. That's 100, whether rich or poor, my boy. If you need food and water, then you are no better than nobody else in this world. Because when we all die, we're all going the same, my boy. You ain't taking that Lambo or Maserati or none of that with you, homie. You ain't taking a damn thing, my boy. And the world still keeps turning. So tell me how you're better than the next man. First, they gave us the work, then they put us in jail. The same always on stage, then they lock us up. Real talk. It's funny, huh? We must work, and then we must give 30% of our paycheck in order to stay out of jail. Because if not, we'll go to jail. Like, how does that make any sense? Like we need to work in order to survive in in the type of establishment that you set up, and now I need to give you 30% of my paycheck in order for me not to go to jail at my own will, and then you still say that we have freedom here in our own will. Okay, interesting. That's crazy. And then we still think we're free, huh? You know what freedom is? I think people got it confused now. I think they don't know what freedom is. We lost sight of freedom a long time ago. My boy, we haven't been free in years, homie. Yeah, decades, homie. We haven't been free. People think we are, though. It's crazy, huh?
No.
You're really free? This is the land of the free? Don't pay your taxes and let me see what's going to happen to you, dog. What's going to happen to you? You think you're still going to be free? Uh-huh. Keep thinking you free, my boy. Like, there's no Hollywood Boys and no Hollywood Locals, the same gang. No, they're two different gangs, my boy, that have heavy beef, Heavy beef. Yeah, two different gangs. Nothing, no. The only thing that they share in common is just the no Hollywood part, that's it. You don't want to confuse them. It would be sick seeing you on a podcast like Good Stocks or something. Yeah, well, we're seeing, you know what I mean? We're seeing, I don't really follow too many, like, these kind of like channels and stuff like that, for me to actually have an idea of who's out there and who's not. You know what I mean? I mean, if if the planets align, I don't see why not. Shout out from Downey, California. Woo woo. Did you hear about President Biden said he was down with giving shit, but it can't include Native Americans. Look, don't listen to anything that Biden says, my boy. Biden doesn't even know what his name is right now, homie. Honestly, I believe that Biden was not mentally stable to be president, my boy. Neither was Donald Trump. I know that, but I'm saying no. Legitly, Biden's not mentally stable to be president. I feel like he has some form of Alzheimer's, and this is we're not trying to take shots at him or nothing. I'm being dead serious, you know what I mean? I feel like he has a mental illness, you know what I mean? Not because he's dumb or nothing. I mean, like genetically wise, like he has a mental illness. But I think that the Democrats choose to cover it up just because, to prove a point, you know what I mean? Just because they don't want the Republicans being right and et cetera, you know what I mean? Even at the cost, even if plunging their country to the ground, homie. As long as these people don't get a glow and rub it in their face saying "I told you so," yeah, they're able to live with that, homie. Because this is what this game became. You know what I mean? Neither side wants to let neither side win, and is willing to do anything and everything to make that happen, homie. And we're the idiots in the middle. While these two, right wings and left wings, bicker amongst each other like little kids. It's ridiculous. What kind of government do we have here? Stafford Street Gang of Mars. Who are you, my boy? He's the same age as me, 20, and I think 1 year younger. He's okay, and is he new? I just need weed to survive. No, you don't, my boy. You need air. Freedom is a flawed concept. I could see why you could see it that way. because there's a lot of individuals that don't know how to behave. Um, but I think that they don't know how to behave for a reason. You know what I mean? And so I don't think change is the answer. You know what I mean? I believe that greed, and establishment sets off these individuals in order to display these kind of characteristics. You know what I mean, in their behavior. In my opinion, you know what I mean, because that's how individuals that set these rules seen it. Freedom is a flawed concept. You know what I mean? These people must be, government and in order to prosper in life. That is how they seen it. You know what I mean? Because it's never narcissistic or being a sociopath or even a psychopath to say that what's best for society and how society should live, right? Because you have the answers. Because you see yourself as God, you know what I mean? Only you truly know how humanity should, run itself, because your thoughts and your ways are the right ways and the perfect ways. You can see why, why these individuals that set these rules were probably not the best, to leave in charge of that kind of stuff. Because hey, a lot of people like playing God. You know what I mean? Go straight to their heads. Welcome to humanity. Power always corrupts. That you knew. Yes, we are the same. Any idiot knows that at the end of the day. It's odd. I wouldn't say that not everyone sees that, is able to see that, because truly, if you watch some of these people, and how they speak, some of these individuals truly really think that we are not the same, homie. Honestly, they honestly do not think that we're the same, bro. It's crazy when you think about it, you know what I mean? But that's how some people have been corrupted that much. I love you. You're smart and everything you say. I feel. Gracias. I appreciate that. The government is a gang. Yes, it is. It's one of the biggest ones too. Plug play. I don't know who you are, but we don't need to be thrown on here and stuff like that, my boy. You feel me? We know what it is. So let's not try to plaster the neighborhood on here. Water, give me a little high life. Oh, that's good shit too. When are you going to post some upstate homie music? I actually did one today. I just didn't upload it. I'm gonna upload it tomorrow. But I already did it. I did it today.
Technically, it is now.
Oh, I did it yesterday because it's already 12, so I did it yesterday. And it's gonna be good. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that shit. One of the best battles that I have done, if not, but only because of the style. What do you think about gang bullying? What is gang bullying? What is that? Why does Chicano rap suck? Ah, man. Stop. Unless you have heard these individuals, you can't say it sucks. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't suck. Saludos, perro. Compton en la casa. Woo woo. What is the youngest gang member you have ever seen? 9? 8? 9? Around there. What you eat for lunch? Pizza.
We don't eat lunch.
Yeah, we do.
We eat breakfast and dinner, and that's it.
You eat lunch.
Watch for you.
Yeah, you eat all the time, as a matter of fact. Like me.
You don't want to be talking?
That's what I said, like
Before
me.
you talk about weight, you should look in the mirror.
This is all handsomeness. Ain't nothing wrong with snacking. Shit, we snack all the time. Perfection is only on the eyes of the onlooker. Thoughts of Salem Studio. We don't talk about stuff like that on my channel, my boy. I don't talk about gossips. Chicano rap don't suck. It doesn't. I agree with you, 100. So the government is blaming Russia for everything. They know what's going on. The neo-Nazis Ukraine. No promise. I have already made a video about all of that. It's propaganda, my boy. But people can believe what they want. Have you ever heard of a gang called West Side Rebel Boys? Not Rebels? Rebel Boys? Actually, yes. Yes, I have. Actually, yes. Yes. I had to kind of give it a thought for a minute, but yes. It sucks. No, it doesn't suck. Hey, Shadow, do you play any instruments? No, I wish I played instruments, bro. Honestly, I wish. If I could choose to play any instrument, I would have to say it would have to be the saxophone. I want to play the saxophone. My daughter plays instruments, but I don't play no instruments. My sons are still young, but maybe one day they'll want to play.
No.
Yeah, the guitar or the drums, or the clarinet, or the triangle thing. Ding! I can see you playing that, Damien. You'll be legit at it, bro. I have faith. The instrument I'll be good at playing is like bouncing my stomach. How they do it in those native lands, you see them do it on their stomach. They're even able to make hollow sounds. I think we'll be good at that. I'm about to eat pizza right now. Serio? That's right. Pizza's the way to go, homie. You can't go wrong with pizza. Chicano rap has staying power. What's good, Shadow? Toluca is definitely up in the building. Toluca, California. What's the most common hood nickname? The most common hood nickname is probably, to be honest with you, it's not even Joker. I don't know why people say Joker. It's not even Joker. I would have to probably say it's like Blanco or Flaco. I think those probably are the two. Flaco will probably be. Flaco's more common than Joker, if anything, my boy. Yeah, it's like one of the most common ones right there, Flaco. Everyone has a Flaco. Shit, we have like 7. Nah, we have like 3, 4, 3, 4. 3. There's 3. Yeah, Flaco. Scrappies are very common too. Scrappy and Flaco. Shy Boy's another one too. Yeah, probably Flaco, I would have to say, in my opinion. Because I rarely meet Jokers. Rare. It's rare, literally it's rare I ever meet a Joker. Give one good Chicano rap song. Just one? Shit, there's so many of them. You have Mr. Shadow, This Is What It Sounds Like, which is probably like chingon all time, you know what I mean? Like, you have Shady Boy, The Statement, which is another phenomenal track. You have Clica One, almost all their songs, you know what I'm saying? Brown Side, It Ain't Easy. That's another one. Shit, there's a lot of good rap songs, my boy. Chicano rap songs. That's real shit for good. I posted a couple of videos. Oh, you posted a few? All right. Shadow, I think it's time for me to shoot you some rolas. Yeah, serio. Puro pinche. And here, all right, struggling again. Duende and Stomper are both really good artists. Duende is one of my favorites when it comes to, rap in Espanol. I think Duende is probably the best, homie. Next to S. Brown. S. Brown and Duende I se dan for the best in all Spanish, homie. Duende is like a Swiss Army knife, though. He can do it all, homie. English, Spanish, Spanglish. The vato is very talented, homie. No lie. His delivery and timing is off the chain. It's just as good as Mr. Shadow. There's very few that can hit it right on the dot, and they seem to have that ability. I wish to hope one day to get at that level. Oh, Puppet's another one. You're right. Do you consider rappers like Woody Chicano rap? because I think it's even though he's white. Yeah, he's Chicano rap. What is Chicano rap? Know what I mean? Yeah, he's Chicano rap, my boy. His whole concept is based around the Chicano culture. So he's Chicano rap. Perfect shouldn't even be a word because nothing is perfect. Yeah, perfection doesn't exist. As a matter of fact, you're right. Perfect doesn't exist, homie. There's nothing. There's no such thing as perfect. Yeah, you're 100 on that, homie. Yeah, there's no such thing. I agree with you 1,000. Smiley, most common. Oh, Smiley's another one too. You're right. But I think I meant more Flacos than Smileys, to be honest with you. So, nah, Toker's not that common. Puppet's another common one though. You're right. Smiley, Puppet, and Flaco are some of the most common ones. Stomper and Boxy? Nah, there's not really that many Stompers. Spooky is most. Spooky. There's a lot of Spookies. We have no lie in my barrio. We have 5 Spookies in my barrio. No lie. We have 5 Spookies. My name is también is a printout too. There's 4 shadows in my neighborhood. Well, 3 now, but Sad Eyes. Nah, Sad Eyes is not really one. Spanish Fly. Spanish Fly is his rapping name. I don't think it was his street handle. Red one. Toker, RIP. Yeah, RIP Toker. That was a solid one. Saludos from the NYC. Hey, bro, can you send me that tracking number? Oh, yeah, Simon. Yeah, I'll shoot it on the email. What about Puppet? Wicked from Brownside. Wicked from Brownside is definitely talented, homie. Fuego. Shout out to you, big shout out for everything you do. East Side, Happy Valley. Yes, right. Shout out to all of Happy Valley representing. Woo woo. The song you mentioned are mediocre. I grew up in Huntington Park. Never heard anyone bumping Chicano rap. Not even in. You know what? Here's one thing I'll tell you, my boy. You're not lying. You're not lying about that. That's 100. In the barrios, homies were not bumping Chicano rap. You're not lying about that. You're 100% on that. Even in my barrio, homies were not pumping Chicano rap, homie. They were not. You know what I mean? I grew up listening to Chicano rap because my uncles, bump Chicano rap. But yeah, when I would play it around the homies would be like, "Take that shit off, fool. That's just whack." Yeah, I remember that. But the homies wouldn't even hear it though. They were saying it's whack because they didn't even give it a chance, dog. Because I'll be like, "Man, have you even heard it?" Nah, fool. But I already know. It's more of a pride thing, right? Because you don't want to be bumping the music of other vatos throwing their barrios, and then just because they're rapping, you think that they ain't real. So it was more of a pride thing than anything. It was more vatos hating than nothing. You know what I mean? They won't admit it, but it's 100% true. Because if you never heard it, how are you gonna say it's whack? You get what I'm saying? Just because people are not bumping it doesn't mean that it sucks. You know what I mean? It could just potentially mean that they don't even know about the music that's out there. You know what I mean? And maybe if they, had some clue, maybe then, could it start generating people in order to start hearing it. So that doesn't necessarily mean that, that's what's going on. But I feel where you're coming from because I can't even be lying and saying that in the barrios we were bumping that because we weren't. Yeah, that's 100. You ain't lying about that, dog. Yeah, not just in those areas, but yeah, all over the damn place. Because when I would go chill with the homies, same thing. They wouldn't. The only people that they would like is homies. If a homie from their barrio rap, I don't know if you ever noticed that, but if it's someone, you know what I mean? Because homies used to love, when I would rap. Hey, throw on a beat. Hey, Shadow, spit it. But when I would put on the Chicano rap, they'll take that whack shit off. And those fools were 15 million times better than me. You know what I mean? But only because I'm from the hood. That they would want to hear it. So that's how I know it had to do with that, because I know that, back then I wasn't good, you know what I'm saying? But these was rather hear me, than these vatos that are a million times better than me. That's how I know that, that it had to do with that. And that's 100, you know what I mean? People can't tell me that, because I was there, homie. You can't be a Chicano or of Mexican descent if you don't like Chicano rap. Yeah, you got to support your people, my boy. In a scale of 1 to 10, how down are you, Shadow? Man, I'm a 0 for sure. I don't know. I don't really care about stuff like that. You know, I don't really be like on the downies or to me that's all irrelevant.
Did you see that?
Like I would never like to say, you know what I mean? Like, you know, if people encounter me and it happens, and you know what I mean? Like to be saying it on there to try to stroke my own ego, nah. Because all that kind of stuff is irrelevant. That's something like maybe a younger person would care about shit like that, but you know what I mean? What about sending mines from Orange County, Santa Ana? Quick question: have you ever been busted with any homies from Barrio? Yeah, Simon. As a matter of fact, the homies were deep as hell from Orange. There's a lot of homies from Orange, dog. To be honest with you, from the whole Orange County. Orange County is deep as fuck, bro. A lot of neighborhoods that were deep in there too is like Corona Barrio Locos that were deep as hell in there too. Orange too, shit like that. What's a wicked? Fuck has a wicked inflow. Fuck up. Oh, okay, yeah, he's the one that sings the Southside song, no? Yeah, he has talent. I don't believe he has that much music, huh? Like that much music out? Is that like only like a few of his songs have ever popped out on my thing, or maybe because I don't have the exact name on it. But yeah, he has talent, homie. I think he has a podcast too, if I'm not mistaken, on YouTube. Right? That's the one you're talking about, no? That's the one you're talking about. Hey, go subscribe to Homie's podcast. If that's the one. Yeah, I think he has a podcast now where he bumps music and stuff. Yeah, I want to say that that's what you're talking about. I'm telling you, Spooky, that was the... Yeah, Spooky is a common one. Next, those two artists, the songs are... Yeah, I know, they're fire, my boy. Definitely a Mexican that was born in the U.S. that knows Chicano rap sucks. They have no flow. Now you're doing it on purpose, my boy. Now I could clearly tell that you're doing this on purpose. See, if you wouldn't have wrote it like that, I would have maybe been thinking that you were being serious. But going based on how you wrote it, I could tell now that you're just trying to, you know, aggravate us. So now I know this conversation is gonna go nowhere. Then are you? No, but see, that's the game now. Now it's the game. That's the game he's playing. He's trying to get under your skin. Don't be tricked into it, my boy. Stay away. Mexican. I've been listening to Chicano rap recently, and I'm impressed. It's not how it used to be before. I understand how it used to be and how it is now. There's a difference. Where the Jeff Rocks in the 818, hell yeah, my boy, hell yeah. We get along with them. They're cool. I have homies because one of our homies from my barrio, the criminal, his brothers are from Jeff Rocks. His brother and his cousin. So we always had a good relationship with them. And yes, they were there. And yes, they were pretty large. They had a good amount of heads on them. And yes, they were deep. They would go at it with some other Hispanic gangs, some other Asian gangs, you know what I mean? Say, yeah, those motherfuckers were down. There was times, you know, we were in action with them, you know what I mean? Because they tried to jump homies and we were like, Charles, and you know. And same, you know, vice versa. Look, we can't not really get a platform because it's all about low writing and how they... No one's willing to promote them. Do you know Young Rascal from LBC? Young Rascal? Nah. Favorite Tupac song? Shorty Wanna Be a Thug. Don't even gotta think about that one. That one and Little Homies. My Little Homies. That one and Shorty Wanna Be a Thug to me are the best Tupac songs. There's a lot of rappers right now that are... Yeah, they are. Because I believe that they finally know what music is. You know what I mean? I believe that now they have an understanding for the music than before. So that's why I feel that it comes out the way it comes out now. At what age did you start rapping or doing freestyles? At the age of 12, my boy. 11, 12-ish, around there. Ambition of a Rider. That one's good too. I had a few homies from my hood that rapped. The hood being Brats gang. Woo woo! Shout out to the Brats. Shout out to the homie Toro and Moreno out of the Brats. You didn't like them? Well, I don't know. I never heard them, so I can't say that. Oh, no, they're chingon. They have music on here, or what? But no, there's a lot of talented individuals out there, my boy. If you hear them, if you were to hear the music that they make now, my boy, will blow your mind, homie. I know I'll be able to convince you if you hear it. Spanish-speaking Chicano raps are truly pushing the lyrics, lines, raps. Yeah, now the most interesting stuff out now. I want to say that now, Chicano rap now, right now, this Chicano rap, I want to say is the best Chicano rap that there's ever been. The beginning part of Chicano rap was cool too, and then the middle part of Chicano rap was probably shouldn't have been put out there, and then now I want to say it's good shit. I want to believe that back the middle part was all the gangbanging they were doing on it, you know what I mean, and no rhythm, and it was literally just gangbanging and dissing each other, and it was just a whole lot of drama and weird shit going on that music. You know what I mean? You know, with no actual storylines or nothing like that. It was just insults and neighborhoods being thrown in there, and it was just a whole lot of crap. You know, like if there was no actual no structure in the build of their album. You know what I mean? Like if it's almost like if it's like, fuck it, let's just do some rap songs just so we could get paid. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's how I see it. The beginning was cool because they were trying to come in here, and then the middle was just like, I don't know what the hell was going on. And then now it's like, I want to say they have a feel for it now. In my opinion. Hey, bro, do you know any homies from Tepa or Lennox who in Inglewood? I know homies from Lennox. I don't know homies from Tepa. As of recently, I have a homie from Tepa, but Lennox, yeah, I know homies out of Lennox. You know what I'm saying? Is there any Chicano gangs in the Inland Empire that aren't with the Sureños? No. Kind of like Bulldogs? No. In the Inland Empire, no. They all run homeboys. Like Mongols, probably the only ones. When we're talking about like Basa. My friend is a girl that she never had a real taco until 2 days ago, and now the bitch is taco loco. One Flint always knows how to switch it up. That's right, One Flint. Hey bro, have you heard of Rhodium Radio? Hell yeah, Rhodium Radio's chingon. Tony A, I like watching Rhodium Radio. Much respect to Pico. Whoa whoa, podcast Tony A, yeah. Yo, Shadow, dumb question. I know you said your whole family is from your hood, but were you ever in a crew or your hood clique with taggers? Yeah, Simon. Yeah, we clicked up with several taggers. My whole family has always been from a neighborhood. You know what I mean? And yeah, we have cliques that some of our cliques from our barrios were tagging crews. You know what I mean? Damn, my boy, that Rosa. Hey. Serio, huh? Be like Leonardo da Vinci. Microphone killer. Are the brats still active in Huntington Park? Hell yeah, they're still active in Huntington Park, my boy. They ain't going nowhere. I know a lot of people like to hate on the brats, but they there. Tell you, I got homies at the brats. I know they're there. Not just even in Huntington Park, but like in Bell Gardens too. Ballin, Tupac. Yeah, Straight Ballin was good too. The brats, oh my god, that's so cool. Hit him up. So is Florencia. What's your point? So is Florencia. Yeah. And so is, Cyclones and, and all the other neighborhoods that are right there. Like Huntington Park Locals. Yes, Huntington Park Locals is still there. Yes, they are active. I know that some people les pica eso, but my boy, I can't lie. I can only spit the facts. You know, they're there. You hate it or love it. They don't change the facts. Facts are facts. There's one song that doesn't sound bad for my raza. Huh. I don't think I heard of that one. Hey, my boy, do you like Proper Dos though? You think Proper Dos sucks? Like Mexican Power? How about like stuff like that? That shit was legit. Or West Side Story or Ghetto Baseball. Those are no boy, that's good shit. I see, I'm not asking you, I'm asking you, Shadow. Yeah, Florencia's still there. Yeah, well, Florencia's the dominant one. You know what I mean? They're huge. Shadow, do you remember when Planton was deep in no hole? They're still deep. You know what I mean? I get it. Our neighborhoods don't get along and stuff like that. You know, but I can never come on here and lie. You know what I mean? Even if our neighborhoods and I have my way, my feelings and all that, I can never lie on here. They're still deep. They're still there. You know what I mean? I can't take nothing from those individuals. You know what I mean? I could only call it how it is. So yeah, they're still there and they're still deep. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I could only always tell it like how it is. What up, Loke? Oh, what's good, Flux? Speaking of homies from Huntington Park, shout out to the homies from Barrio Locos, Huntington Park, DXLS. Shout out to the homie Flaco. Hey, Flaco, when are you gonna come for your hat, my boy? I still got it right here. Hey, Puppet was over here on yesterday. Yesterday. Puppet was here yesterday. Where you been at, Flaco? I haven't seen you in a cool minute. Nah, it's good. Lots of beats and knowledge. Let's just say F13 is having a trouble with the break. Nah, well, yeah, every neighborhood's gonna look. Just and I do understand because I do hear individuals try to talk smack and everything like that. No neighborhood gets the better of no neighborhood. They're both there, and they both do their thing. You know what I mean? But to say that these vatos get punked or these vatos get punked, nobody gets punked out there in the streets, my boy. Bodies are dropping on both sides, homie. You know what I mean? Vatos get hands on both sides. So to say one neighborhood is punking another neighborhood, nah, there's no such thing, homie. You know what I mean? It's tip for tab, you know what I mean? You catch them, they catch you, you know what I mean? As much as people have smashed, as much as they have gotten smashed on, you know what I mean? Even if it's big gangs like MS or 18 or Florence, you know what I mean? Because there's gonna be individuals from these barrios that have heart, homie, that have a heartful, that are not gonna just stand by and let you just come and insult their neighborhoods. You get what I'm saying? They don't give a damn how deep you vatos are. They're not gonna let themselves. You know what I mean? A homie that's down and for his and about the business is not gonna let himself. You know what I mean? Because I do hear that a lot of people focus too much on numbers or the size of gangs. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, they're older or they're deeper. Like, that doesn't mean anything. And those who are out here and actually battling and all that could tell you that kind of stuff. I think it's more of pride than anything. I think people let pride get to them that they don't ever want to say what it is. Like me, I'm not gonna bullshit. I'm not gonna come on here and say that these fools don't put in no work on us and stuff like that. Nah, my boy, I can only call it how it is. Like, yeah, they're about to do their thing. Yeah, they there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I can't come on here and be lying and then say that I keep it 100 or I'm 100. You know what I mean? Like, how are you gonna be telling lies and be 100? Yeah, it doesn't work like that, dog. You can't be telling lies and then say you're keeping it real and you 100. You get what I'm saying? Like, where does it work like that? People can't even knock you for speaking the truth. You know what I mean? The truth is the truth. Dog. You hate it or love it. Like, what's more solid? Like, oh, you hear this about giving props to his enemigos? Like, what's more solid, that or you making up lies on individuals? You know what I mean? Making up stories. So what's really solid and what's not? You know what I mean? Who's really keeping it 100? Who's really wolfing and bluffing? And yeah, you had the audacity to try to flip it. It's crazy. Like, so you expect me to come on here and lie? And if I start telling lies and making up stories, then I become a real gang member and I keep it 100 for my neighborhood? Damn. I never knew that that's the way it worked. I always thought it was how they actually said it to keep it real 100. That's how I always assumed. But now I see that you gotta be bluffing. Crazy, huh? Uh, what up, my boy? You heard of the Avenues? Oh yeah, the Avenues. 50-year-old best Chicano artist back in the days. Kid Frost, lighter shade of brown. With this and psycho. Yeah, they're all really good. They're all really good. Now I don't know. I don't agree with some of those guys' behaviors towards their own, like Kid Frost, like how he treats his own raza, and then artists. I don't agree with that. You know what I mean? But I can't take nothing from him. Like when it comes to rap, he's chingon. You know what I mean? He has talent. He's done his thing. I just feel like, man, it sucks that he just can't be more, open with his own people. You know what I'm saying? Or why he has to behave in the manner that he behaves in. It's a sad thing, you know what I mean? But hey, it's a doggy dog game, you know. Thank you for the update, my boy. But now it's different, little grifo. Pozo Duende, there's more. Yeah. West Side Monrovia, whoa, whoa. I like that Norteño CD they did back in the days. Oh, the G and something album? I never heard the album, but so I wouldn't be able to give my my opinion on it. But I heard people talk about it, like on here, like the GN or some. I think I don't even know if it started with a G. I want to say it did. The Brats are like, well, yeah, they're an original Huntington Park gang, originals. Do you have any future business? Yeah, there's stuffs, moves we want to make, but one step at a time. I'm in NoHo on the daily. MS is coming back strong again. It's a trip. They left? I don't ever remember them leaving, my boy. And I should know. I've been jumped by them a lot. I've been jumped by them battles like 6 times. No lie. I don't ever remember them leaving, my boy. Now, what it is with them is that you don't see them up like normal street gangs. You know what I mean? And they don't carry themselves like a normal street gang. They're more in like low pro. You know what I mean? Because that's just their style. They're not like the ones that you see in like El Salvador that's all blasted from everywhere. You know what I mean? The ones from over here are like more more modern. You know what I mean? But they handle business, my boy. Don't ever get it twisted, them battles. Telling you, they have gotten the best out of me a few times, homie. A few times. I ain't even gonna lie. But they can never. But here's one thing: they can never say that I ranked it or ran or any of that shit. I may have taken them L's, my boy, but they can't take nothing from me, homie. And that's 100. They can't take nothing from me. Even if they took my life, my boy, they can't say that I went down like a chump. And with that, I'm satisfied. As stupid as it is. Stay in school, ladies and gentlemen. Back in 86, 87, PG Locals, King Cobras, Playboys, Choppers, DNA. I remember Bill Gardens. I remember that like homies only used to think that there was only Bill Garden Locals because they're the originals. Yeah, but King Cobras have been over there for a while. Oh, you forgot Whitmore. Remember, Whitmore was over there. Whitmore Street was over there too. Yeah. But yeah, Playboys have been there. King Cobra. See, these are already old. Choppers 12. I don't remember Choppers. Choppers 12. On that side, they're more like on the Commerce. B&H, the Commerce as well. Junior Mafia, yeah, they were right there where the park's at. They're like with Rookstown and neighborhoods like that, by that parque. And Playboys are just everywhere, my boy. Playboys are everywhere. Literally, Playboys are everywhere, my boy. They're even in the Valle, in Burbank. They're everywhere, my boy. Vatos are a large gang too that hardly people ever bring up in these conversations. But yeah, they're everywhere, just like Florence and 18 and MS too. And King Cobras in several spots too. No te creas que no. King Cobras también están allí in several spots too. The Vatos have a chingon recruitment speech, to recruit. That recruitment speech is real on their side. Proper those or Kid Frost. Frank V. No, well, Frank V is a part of Proper Those. But if it was between Kid Frost and Frank V, just because Frank V is more like a Swiss Army knife, he could adapt to anything. While Kid Frost kind of has his own mellow stilo that he, it has to be a certain type of beat, for him to roll with. While Frank V is like he just adapts to beats. I heard his single, working low. That's right, my boy. Oh, is he single? Nah, I don't think he's not. No, man, he's always single, my boy. He's always single. Shout out Eastside, Palo Alto, California. Is my sister going? I don't speak about incarceration on here, my boy. We only talk about streets. We don't talk about anything that has to do with the penitentiary, my boy. I am a street channel, not a prison channel. Serio, keeping it. Yes, both sides. And once again, we were correct on the most common homies names with. Yeah, they are. I'm telling you. Does Everest and Kelly have a green light? I don't know, my boy. I don't talk about none of that kind of stuff on here. The men's size doesn't matter when it comes to gang violence. Yeah, it's all ridiculous, anyways, my boy. Violence is violence. Shouldn't even be occurring, but it does. Damn, I remember back in the days, Junior Mafia was like small, but yeah, well, they're deep now because they got a clique in Compton that exploded their numbers because they have South Central. South Central, they have a clique on South Central. My bad, South Central. Where the Ali Locals clique is at? Yeah, they deep out there. Going at it with like South Lows and stuff like that. You should let your like that, like James Harden. Ontario Southside representing up in the house, very much love. That's right. Shout out to Ontario. Whoa, whoa. Shout out to Northern Califas, Eastside, Palos Altos. Whoa. Belgarde Locals was big, but damn, smaller gangs put. Like I said, they could be deep, but if Vatos are not going to let themselves, they are not going to let themselves. And your numbers is not going to be able to keep them down. I should know where we're at. We were one of the more smaller gangs. We were one of the newer and more smaller gangs in the San Fernando Valley. You know what I mean? And Vatos couldn't take us down, homie. You know what I mean? Because the homies have pride, dog. And when they have pride, These neighborhoods were a lot older than us and a lot larger. But like I said, a homie's not gonna, homies have heart. Cubo G, what's good with you, my boy? Yo, do you know Mr. Junebug? He comes out of the first Friday movie. I hadn't checked out his music. He does music? The one on the lowrider, no? The one that gives Smokey that PCP? Keep it real. In the building. Shout out to the Bay Area, Richmond. Whoa. Does MS have a lot of territory in Cali? Yes, they do. Where you must have. Back in the days, they were there, but nowadays it's better. Modelo is way better than King Cobra. I don't like Modelos, to be honest with you. I'm being 100. I just don't like Modelos. True Blue, go Dodgers. Whoa. It was called Gun. Oh, was it? Oh shit! I wonder why they didn't stick in my head. I always thought it was something else. Okay, it was Gun. The Gun album. I for sure thought that would have stick in my head. I think they have 35 clicks in LA. Yeah, they have a lot of clickers. That's damn sure. It's because it's like almost a majority of Salvadorians that are over here are like from MS, my boy. They all tend to gravitate that way. I don't know why. Probably because it's a new country and stuff like that, Maybe, I don't know. Who's from King Cobras? I knew a homie back then, but like not like strongly like that, but I had an acquaintance, I guess you could say, from King Cobras. I grew up with Triggers. I grew up on on Triggs, yeah, okay, yeah, you grew up right there, pues, yeah. where Choppers is at. Yeah, that was Choppers right there. Por donde está el parque, ¿no? I grew up in Commerce. Yeah, Commerce be cracking too. They have, it's an area that often gets forgotten, but nah, they be going down there too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I remember seeing, like the B&H, they were going at it like with the JBIs and the Dove CS and the UMKs and the, let's see, who else do I remember? Oh, the 213s, the TMCs, when they were like, I guess, like trying to establish on the South Side, you know what I mean? Because a lot of them would put South Side, 213, South Side TMC, stuff like that, you know what I mean? You got a lot of these, like, they were like, roughly new neighborhoods, you know what I mean? Like UMKs and stuff like that. Well, I don't think Dove CS. I don't think I don't think that one full blown did become a neighborhood. NTS. The Notorious, porque they were doing their thing too. You know what I mean? They established. You know what I mean? I'm from Big Notorious, and we be like, oh, well, there you go. Speaking about NTS, there it is, the homie. right on time, huh? Right as I mentioned it. Oh yeah, Whitmore too. For my day, I've been counting 5 times. Never with any vatos from MS do they have their own. Nah, only they right there. You know what I mean? Said he never really went on from MS. They went to school in BG. Shout out to the Raza North and South. Yes, sir. The name of that one was not okay. Yes, Playboy was everywhere. And King Cobras were actually in East LA. No, well, they started in East LA, but they made it. So yeah, they started in East LA. They come out of East LA. All throughout like Olympic and like Rowan and that area, you know what I mean? Shit, you can see their pinches placazos on the 5 freeway. You can never miss them. They might be doing some sick ass murals on the 5 freeway. Them and the Indiana Dukes. Pinches letras hasta la madre, you know what I mean? Like, damn, homie, what you? Well, I know they get it in the fire extinguisher, but shit, man, it's crazy. Yeah, they put the paint in the fire extinguisher and they just shoot it up like that to get all those letters that big. Well, para eso, homies become MacGyver, dog. Para los vicios and para ser malandrín, right there, ahí sí sirve su cerebro, you know what I mean? They be coming up with all kinds of, ways to do all kinds of shit. Like, para allí sí sirve el pinche cerebro, ¿no? Like, oh, I think if we do it like this, we take it out, put it like this, we'll be able to do some big ass letters. Like, mira, lo que no tenía cerebro el güey. No, pero para eso sí, ¿verdad, compa? Shit. I know this because I grew up around gang members, even though I'm not. Yeah, it's good, my boy. That's good. You never became one. I'm proud of you. But some of my family members were gang members. That's how I know about gang culture. Like, study before. Yeah, that's good though, my boy. Because all these gang members wish they would have made the same choice as you, my boy. You know what I mean? So if anything, we look up to you. So good shit. Ontario is deep. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. The vatos ain't playing. But when I went to, these were the gangs that were drinking mafia. So, how about Rookstown? You didn't know Rookstown? I know Rookstown was there. Can't forget about Rookstown. But YGW is this way. Yeah, the YGW, they stay with the business. You know what I mean? It's crazy because they started out here. It's a trip. You should do a video on Fresno politics. Well, not politics. I'll do a video like on Fresno on the streets. I don't go into anything that has to do with the penitentiary or incarceration, none of that. The homies don't really like when homies talk about, their rumbos. You know what I mean? They don't give a fuck about what happens out here in the streets. They only care about what could affect their way of living in there. So they don't really like it when individuals, But, yeah. So we don't discuss politics and stuff like that. Nor am I in the position or anything like that to even be discussing their politics. That's none of my business, But about the street, yeah, about like who they are and stuff like that, yeah. Um, I just heard. The word travels, Flacco. The word travels. Why Clash? Who Clash? Why is Pomona so active? Because people just refuse to acknowledge their decisions. Modelos are nasty as fuck. Yeah, I agree. I don't like modelos. They're overrated. I do agree with you. I believe that people only get Jordans and dream modelos because everybody else does it. Honestly. Because some of these shoes that Vatos be saying that are dope as fuck, my boy, they be ugly as hell, my boy. You know what I mean? Let's face it. It's the hype. It's the hype. It's always the hypes. I never been one to follow what other people do. If I like something, it's because I like it, not because others like it. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm gonna get it because I want to get it, not because, every time I grab King Cobra's, trust me, even my homies do it. Like, oh, you're gonna grab that nasty shit, and just because homies don't want to be, clowned on and bagged on, they refuse to get it. But me, I'm gonna grab and drink whatever the hell I want. I don't give a damn who has anything to say about it. It's what I like drinking. When homies throw parties, they already know. I show up always with my kawamas at King Cobra, and they're like, "Ah, they show up with that nasty shit. I got the good shit," and I'm like, "Nah, I'm straight with this." It's because it's what I like. It's what I like. It's what I like. People are not gonna be able to tell me what I like and what I don't like. Like, how you gonna tell me what I like to drink and what I don't like to drink, my boy? Now you can't tell me this is nasty if I think it's good. Just because you think it's nasty doesn't automatically mean that I must think it's nasty. I don't let other people's thoughts and decisions dictate on how I live my life. What you would say is the difference from MS and other gangs? Nothing. They're more like rooted into their race, their country. You know what I mean? Is the only thing. They have a lot of pride in being from El Salvador. You know what I mean? It's the pride and el orgullo. You know what I mean? It's probably the thing that they have that's separates them from the rest. But then again, could it be that you know what I mean? That depends how how you see it. Shadow is my first time on your live, but I am just responding to people's comments. I grew up in commerce with middle gardens, just replying to you. No, no, it's cool. It's all good, my boy. It's all good. You know what I mean? Well, welcome, and I'm glad to have you on here and stuff like that. So I understand. Trust me, I'm never like, why is he asking all these questions? I completely understand. But yeah, I could understand why people would want to know. You know what I mean? You do want to know about your area. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always does. You know what I mean? You want to know what's around you. It's that's as humanity, we're naturally like that. You know what I mean? When the song came out, Richie Rich Jack B. Did he? Damn it, Richie Rich is chingon. My uncle got shot in commerce. R.I.P. R.I.P. to your deal, man. Sorry to hear that. My condolences, homie. My cousin got killed in car. Hey, well, my condolences too, homie. I know. I'm telling you, it's sad how these bodies be dropping everywhere, homie. It's crazy. But I believe that better days will come. I honestly, truly believe that. Yeah, if we are united, that would be the best thing. All Mexican American. You know what I think would be the best thing? I think the best thing would be if all us humans united, meaning whites, blacks, and Mexicanos, because like that, finally there would be no conflicts and issues. You get what I'm saying? That right there is the only way that you'll have true peace. Is when everybody finally unites and people stop blaming and stuff like that. You feel me? If all humanity unites, regardless of wherever you're coming from, you know what I mean? Because we are humans before we're American, Mexican, French, you know what I mean? Before any of that, we're humans, homie, you know what I mean? And we're no better than no other human, you know what I'm saying? So I think that that would be a better goal. I remember Givatos from Radford were deep on Hart Street. My girl's brother was from Radford Street. What was her name? What was his name? Yeah, we're always on Radford and Hart. Or Morella. Or Heinz. Or Agnes. um, MS is different because they are with right choppers. Rosewood. All right. Do gang life in. I have covered some in Kern County. What's your favorite hood comedy movie? I really like First Friday, Malibu's Mavani. Those are two really good ones right there too. I would have to probably say, yeah, I would say Menace to Society, but I think Malibu's Most Wanted, man. I want to say Malibu's Most Wanted, man. That Vato B-Rad, that fool had me laughing, dog. Traffic, looking for my chapstick. There's a Ford Maverick. Pinche B-Rad. It's my slave name. B-Rad, what up? That Vato was a funny ass fool. They always hit up too. Yeah, those Vatos be hitting up like crazy. Live with young crowd, whoa, whoa. You know what's the trip though? We used to beef it with MS out. Yeah, I think everybody beefs it with MS, mom. No lie, it's rare I find a barrio that doesn't beef it with MS, homie. It's rare. I said it. I'm not even making that up, dog. I'm not even hating on them because we go at it with them. I'm not. I mean, it's rare I meet a barrio that gets along with them. It's always been like that. NTS was next to serve before became a shadow. I know I am from that. Eso es todo. Um, but I just woke up in the middle. You just woke up in the middle of the night. Well, welcome, rise and shine. MS, so they knows. And, I'm telling you, they rarely get along with anybody. Have you heard of Colonia Chique Shadow? Hell yeah, Colonia Chique, my boy. I got homies out of Colonia. Shit, I think everyone's heard of the 805 Colonia Chiques. The vatos are a dominant presence too, homie. Did you just have you heard of the have you haven't heard that word in a few what Balandri? Yeah, we were tag banging until night. After that we did as fuck. Yeah, BG is acting as fuck. BG is definitely acting as fuck though. I can contest to that, you know what I mean? My Hannah used to work at Bill Gardens, my boy, and we would have to go to pass through there all the time, my boy. And my boy, that shit was always cracking, homie. Always cracking. Yeah, no lie about that, homie. Bell Gardens was definitely an area that was popping, homie. It's because everybody at the same time was trying to make a name for themselves, you know what I mean, in that area. So it was, while you have barrios that were trying to make a name for themselves, you had barrios that were already there established that were trying to be like chales, you know what I'm saying? So the mixture of both is gonna be disaster, you know what I mean, for the for the city. Está cabrón. Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, homie. I know, because I used to get banged on all the time, my boy. All the time. Right at the Love Lamp part? No, hombre, siempre, güey. Every time we would do errands over there, no, hombre, I would be banged on all the time. Everyone's heard of it. Modelos is smooth compared to, but no, I like better. I don't like Modelos. I don't like the aftertaste of it. I think they put too much barley on it. It has that bitter taste at the end, like machine. I know vatos from MS. I remember. Because that one I know your boy is the city, but to the people drink what they like to drink. I'm telling you, I like to drink what I like to drink. Yes, yeah. There's a lot of, but there's a lot of chiques. But Colonia chique is probably the most, known. You know what I mean? Because you have North Side chiques, South Side chiques. You have the West Side chiques. You have all these different chiques. But I would have to say probably La Colonia chique is probably like the most recognizable one. But even Southside Chicas también, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, pinche Southside Chicas también están allí. And then you have the Sur Town Chicas. But I believe that barely now, because of the music, a lot of people are now more hearing about them. But I want to say that Colonia is probably like the most recognizable one. MS is culture. King Cobra's drink me long time. It came out. True that, because at the end of the day, we're all humans. At the end of the day, yeah, that's true. You know what I mean? Like we can all be humans, homie. How do you feel about 18 taking over North Hollywood? Well, it is what it is. That's what they say. Yes, good answer, Shadow. Not that Richie. Oh, I thought that Richie Rich. I was about to say, what? What's your favorite gangster movie? I don't really have a favorite gangster movie. I don't really like the gangster movies, to be honest with you. I was never like a big fan of Blood In, Blood Out, American Me, Boulevard Nights. You know what I mean? I would have to say probably it would be Boulevard Nights, or Colors. But I was never a fan of none of those movies. Because in my head while I'm watching, I'm like, that's not how it really is. Like, what? No, that's not how it goes. You know what I mean? That's all that was going through my head while I'm watching this shit. I'm like, that's not how it is. Like, well, like, why would they say that? Or why do they do? That's always that went on in my head. MS aren't even here. MS, oh yeah. I'm telling you, they're everywhere, my boy. They're literally everywhere. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's crews, my boy, that do have it in them. JBI was a crew that was notorious, that became a neighborhood that no one could say that they weak. They with the business. Cam is another one that's with the business. No one could take nothing from them, and they used to be a crew. There's a lot of crews as de verdad, see, they were with the function. You know what I mean? Nobody could take anything from these individuals. You know what I mean? Because they were doing real shit, and they do real shit. Yeah. Not all of them are these. How people be like, taggers, and esas son mamadas, homie. Majority of homies were taggers. Clicas son barras were taggers. These vatos want to say that taggers are bitches. Like what? Most of your homies used to be taggers. What, they used to be bitches in? A lot of people just like to say stuff just más por decir. You know what I mean? Because then you break it down and they right there, looking stupid. Vatos literally talk without thinking about shit. No way much respect to all the Southeast Los Angeles. Well, the South Side, you mean, no? Because it's considered the South Side. Like what's Bell Gardens, Downey, Huntington Park, and all that. It's considered the South Side. That's my favorite B-Rad flow too, homie. I forgot down, huh? Who said he's seen Dre at the Swami? Can you ever imagine a Sureño battle down south working with a Norteño battle up north to make a lot of money? Yes. yes. I don't care what nobody says, my boy. Nobody can lie about this, my boy. If these vatos both came to the table and if they were to be able to make money together, my boy, I can guarantee you 100% they are doing business together, my boy. They are doing business. No matter what anybody says, everyone can say whatever they want right here, whatever. I'm here to assure you that if there's a plot and plan for both of these individuals to make money, they are conducting business together, my boy. If they were to be able to come to an agreement of money, my boy, they are doing business together, my boy. I could more than 100% assure you of that. You'll be surprised what money You'll be surprised what people do for money, my boy. You'll be surprised. All of a sudden, every difference and every pride and all, my boy, it goes down the drain, homie. Once you were talking about money in the table, my boy, everybody forgets their morals and their self-respect and everything, my boy. You know what I'm saying? The shit that people do for money, my boy, is ridiculous. You know what I mean? The shit that people, you just look at the world, my boy, itself. Just look at this world that we live in, my boy, and all the shit throughout history, my boy. It's all and it's all because of money, my boy. Why did this lady kill her husband? Money. Why did these people kill their parents? Money. Why did he kill his son? Money. Why did he backstab that person? Money. Why did he backstab his homie? Money. Why did they money? Why did this corporation do this? Money. Why did the government do this? Money. Why do these gangs still do what they do? Money. Cartels, money. Mafia, whether in Japan, Iran, Russian mafia, Italian mafia, what? Money. What is the scheme of the government? Money. It's always money, homie. But yet everybody, but see, people, instead of looking at what's really happening, it's more easier to blame. Nah, it's because of the gangs, because of the race, because they're white, because they're brown. Nah, it's because they cheated. Nah, it's because they weren't good parents. Nah, it's because it could never be the money, huh? No, because that's what I want, my boy. So they can't be the money because I want that. Oh, okay. I keep forgetting that the world's problem can never be the thing that people want. Because obviously, what's wrong with society can't be something you want. So therefore, it must be everything else. Yeah, don't blame the money, man, boy. It can't be the money. You're crazy, fool. It's because these vatos come from Mexico. It's because they come from Europe. It's because they hang out wheat there. It's never the money. Like, okay. It's funny. Yeah, so if they're able to do, if they're able to make money, my boy, it's happening. And I think everyone on this chat right here, I think deep down inside they know the truth. They know that that's 100, my boy. They can't even lie to themselves. They know that shit's 100. My boy Crips and Bloods do it, Shit, even mafias. Like the Italian mafia and the Irish mafia with the whole Whitey Bulger and all that shit? Shit, countries do it that don't even like each other, my boy. You know what I mean? Countries that don't even like each other, my boy. Like the US and Russia, who have always had a fucked up relationship, my boy. Even they conduct business together. And they motherfuckers don't like each other. Shit, even North Korea and America, my boy. You'll be surprised, money. Money could make everybody just forget their differences. Ah, fuck that motherfucker. That fool's a puto, homie. I don't even like that vato, man. If I ever see that fool, I'll take flight on that fool. Here's $1 million if you forget about it. Oh, yeah, dog. That vato's my homie, dog. Like, did I ever tell you I used to like that vato, too, homie? Like, there was just something about him, homie. Like, like he had a terror, like, I don't know, homie. Like, he had the eye of the tiger or something, but I always liked that vato, homie. Like, I don't even know why I was mad at that vato. Like, damn, that fast? I thought que you'll take that shit to your grave, homie. Nah, de volada se le olvidó. Like, I don't even know why we had our pedos. Like, it's crazy, huh? If you have no value, you have no cost. Depending on, value to who, you know what I mean? If you have value to yourself, then you have value. And that's the only value that should count, in my opinion. Yes. We cannot control the world. We can only control ourselves and our decisions. We should be, at least. But no. The world rather control and dictate what we do. No one has the right to tell anybody how they should live and how they shouldn't live. Yeah, society thinks they have that right. Why? I have no idea. Who let them in check? I have no idea. But if you don't have dollars, you don't have. Well, but it's only because they established it that way. You know what I mean? Because in reality, currency is nothing. It's worthless. Because these objects and stuff doesn't belong to you for you to say who you could sell it to and all that. You know what I mean? It was manipulated that way in order to get trick people into paying what's rightfully for theirs. So in reality, currency really has no value. It only has value because we give it value. You know what I mean? Us as the citizens, we give that money value. But in reality, that money has no value. Just like the government really has no power. We give them that power because we oblige, you know? But in reality, it holds no value and they hold no power. You know what I mean? So, in a sense, it really does have no value, currency. You know what I mean? It only has as much value as you're allowing it to have. Like to think, we're the only creature in this planet that has to pay for food and water. Every other animal gets to drink and eat freely, as it should be, because we're all creatures in this planet. But since we have the brain capacity to keep evolving and stuff like that, somebody out there manipulated a few people. Now he has this, strong little army to come and say, yeah, I know you guys used to be able to, eat these fruits off of these trees and kill whatever animal you want for food and drink out of this, whatever. But from now on, moving forward, you have to now give me something in order to receive these items. And you can't cross this line and this line and this line. And now you'll have to answer to me and my compadres right here. There was probably like 50 vatos. And they were like, okay. And then people started taking notice of this and started applying to where they're at. And it slowly started mutating into welcome to, society now. Ta-da! And just because a few individuals out there muscled their control on individuals, because they were able to convince those who are not as strong-minded as them that I'll give you a nice share if you guys just, back me up on this and everything. You'll get your cut. And no one will fuck with your cut. You know what I mean? So then they were like, yeah, all right. I mean, I don't know these people, so why should I care about what happens to them? As long as I'm eating good and it's all gravy. Let's go ahead and do this. You know what I mean? And those who disobeyed, they will see them get slaughtered. So now you're applying the fear to these individuals. If they step out of line, the same will happen to them. So now that fear card is keeping them in line. It's funny how it works out. And it's all psychological. You don't need to go to school and all of that to learn all of that. You know what I mean? You can learn that just by observing. You know what I mean? It's how we learn how to talk and walk and eat. You know what I mean? Since we're babies, we're not being taught this stuff, Yeah, we learn how to say our first words and how to grab stuff and, think it's food and stuff like that just by observing. Same with these individuals, you know what I mean? Watching just nature in itself and animals and how they interact with each other and behave. Just with that, we're able to get a sense of how to manipulate, you know what I mean? It don't take a rocket science, And then once you start spinning your web, you're seeing who falls and how well it works. And then you're like, bingo, I got it. You know what I'm saying? And welcome to society. But we're going there right here. We've been on here for quite some time. Hey, gracias for keeping me company and allowing us to go on these rants. I actually do enjoy them. Shout out to all of you guys. You know what I mean? And gracias for the support and everything. Much love and respect.